How you doing? My name is Matthew Azarike. I'm here interviewing the great, my brother, my co-host, the one and only Akil Williams. How you doing, man?
So man, I'm alright.
How's everything going?
Just blessed. Just working every day. Just taking care of my son. Just putting in work every day, just staying blessed.
Okay, that's real good. Akil, I followed you probably for we've been knowing each other since 10th grade. We've been together for probably like the last maybe 2,100 days or so. What I'm talking about, going from work, from HEC to school to TSU. So today I'm here. I want you to break down and explain to the viewers and everybody, to explain your journey from where you were 3 years ago to the revelation of now.
3 years ago. Wow. 3 years ago I was 19. And I was still in the mode of coming up fresh out of high school. I graduated 2011, we both did. And just basically still in that basketball mode. I want to keep playing basketball somewhere, just trying to play ball. Wasn't thinking in my right mind, what else is out there, because that's all I knew, especially as like African American kid, everybody that's black, I always want to be focused on putting their kid to be an athlete. And I always had the mentality, but I realized that just being an athlete wasn't 100% guaranteed. And then basically it was just, the journey I had was crazy, like literally a roller coaster ride. Just basically not graduating high school, do the tax test, low GPA in high school, not caring, had the talent, but never really just put forth the effort in the books. That's where, now I know that's where it mattered,
Explain the impact of your father, like what he meant to you. Mr. Greg was a great guy, rest in peace his soul, but explain the impact to let everybody know like how much your father meant to you and how much he even means to you, even mean more to you today.
Yeah, he was around, he would always go back and forth, first of all, back and forth for work, offshore to here, and I'm the youngest of four, so basically came in late, obviously, compared to my sisters and my brother, and then the impact, it was always crazy. It's a lot of stuff that it might sound good because he passed away, but at the time when he was here, I wasn't switch up saying anything, what I'm saying? So basically it was always the arguing this and that. And I have like a few regrets, but I can't regret them, what I mean? Because you can't live with regrets. I was always the one to, what I'm saying, like, he'll be there, but like, I didn't know him being tough meant a big deal till he passed away now. When he was here, I used to always think he was getting on me for everything. But in reality, he was trying to help me out. And the stuff he was saying when he was here, it didn't hit me till he was passed away.
Can you describe to the viewers and us, for you to get that call, because I was there when you got that call when your dad was sick, can you describe the feeling that you had when you found out that your dad was sick? Like, the impact that he's had on you, that's been your right hand man. Y'all, you've watched sports together. I know that he's raised you to become an excellent young man. But can you describe to the viewers that that your pops was in the hospital? Explain that to the viewers.
It's crazy because I remember it's 2014, and I remember that I found that I was having a kid, and I was like, oh man, I'm over here calling everybody. I'm calling everybody except my dad. So like, all right, I told my brother, I told y'all, I told my sisters, they was giving me advice, what should I do? So then I told my mom, I said, yo, I'm gonna just tell my mom, I let her tell my dad, because that's when we was going out to UTSA that weekend. Yeah. So I was like, all right, when I get back home from UTSA, that's what I'm gonna tell my dad. I get home that Sunday. I get home, go up the stairs, and then I said, where my dad at? Oh, he's sick. He had a stroke. I said, what? Yeah, he had a stroke. He in the hospital. So I said, God dog, like, it was crazy because from that point on, it was like, man. And then basically, he came home 2 days later after that. I woke up and I seen him because he's always full of energy. Then all of a sudden, I woke up. I go out and I make the lift to his office. He wasn't himself. So that's when I really just broke down in tears. I broke down in tears, and I was like, man, I knew this the time, because he had a couple of strokes in the past, but it wasn't big. This stroke he had was major. Like I had a feeling this ain't gonna end right. it's all about win. And we know what that means. So basically after that, in and out the hospital, he got back in the hospital. Ambulance came and picked him up early in the morning. Mom told me that she gotta go to the hospital because he couldn't move. So I was like, man, I'm just living in hell right now, you know. So then after that, I said when I visited him in the hospital, basically I couldn't. I was there, but I was like, man, I couldn't take it no more. You know what I'm saying? It was just hurting me. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I never seen him so weak before. Because all I seen him was always strong and everything. And then literally, like, no cliche, but only the last word I said to him was that I love him. And then when he passed away, I never told him that he was having a grandson. So that was like, that's the only regret I live in with my life from this point on. I never told him that he was having a grandson.
Can you also describe the courageousness and the strength of your mom? I know Miss Williams, she's one of the greatest people. She's a woman of few words, but she's a help. Describe this time, like the relationship with your mom, like how close y'all have grown since Mr. Greg is not here anymore.
We was always close.
Yeah.
Which, you know, when this happened, you know, that's all. I basically not replaced him, but I did the things that she's equipped to doing with him, which is watching a football game downstairs together. I was always upstairs. I was rarely downstairs, really. The only time I came downstairs to get some food or probably watch a couple of games here and there, you know. But I just did the things that they would do together. You know what I mean? But you know, it's some stuff that she can't do that they used to. You know what I'm saying? That means watching different shows or anything like that. You know, so I'm just trying to get out the wound of, you know, gotta get out there. You just can't stay in the shell. But it grew me and her closer than before. We grow close every day. And really what grew us close was my son. You know, so if it wasn't for my son, if my son wasn't here, basically, to tell you the truth, it would still be a depressed household because we had nothing to look forward to. You know, it would just be, you know, me and her. You know, but really, my son grew us closer.
Let's talk about Malachi, the big man, 1 year old now. You know what I'm talking about? I was there October 16th, 4:30 a.m., you know. He's born. Talk about how Malachi has changed you and as a man, the perspective of life. You knowing that you're carrying life right now. Explain how your son has changed you as a man and as a whole, and how you look, your outlook on life now.
Man, he came in. I remember when she had the kid, I was like, man, I'm in panic mode, man. We gotta get an abortion, man. I don't want to have no kid right now. I'm not ready. But the way things transpired from that point on to here, and I look, I'm like, man, I said abortion. What was I thinking? You know what I mean? So he came. It's just more motivation for me to push hard at what I'm doing. You know, to help my mom out, help out Malachi, and let him grow to be a man. You know, show him the right things, show him the right way in life. You know, but it's just extra motivation. Dad passed with extra motivation. Malachi, way more motivation. You know, it's way more boost. You know, it don't stop me. You know, it just keep me. It's just every time I look at him, I come home, I have to push harder. You know, I have to push harder for him to just. I don't want him to like need anything in life. I want him that if he wanted, he can have it. I don't want to, you know, have him struggling. You know, I want to have him getting into a good education. I want him to be better than me. That's my whole thing. I want him to be better than me.